Good morning, men. Real talks. Got a great topic for you today. Today's topic is about showing or cultivating forgiveness and self-compassion. I want to ask you, who is the hardest person on you in your life? Now, I already know the answer. It's going to be yourself, right? I was doing a meditation this morning and it was all around emotional conditioning. And one of the exercises that was included in it was an exercise to actually express compassion towards other people that were closest to me, people who were my families, my clients, people who I maybe just met at the gym, and even people who I didn't particularly like. Expressing some compassion and wishing them happiness and a loving, joy-filled life. Now, that might sound a little bit like odd. Well, why would you want to express compassion to all of these other people in this way? Well, I'm a big believer that when you give, you will get. The more you put out there, the more value, the more vibes, the more energy, whatever you want to call it, the more you give to others, the more you will receive in return. It's called the Law of Reprocity. Think about it when you go out for a drink. Maybe if you've got friends or in your past you've done something for someone. It's almost like you don't expect a favour in return, but there's this rule, Law of Reprocity. When you give, you receive. You buy a guy a pint, he normally says, I'll get the next round. That's the way it works. So when we can show compassion to other people, we normally get people expressing compassion towards us. But here's the thing that I've come to realise. We can't express compassion for other people if we can't express compassion for ourselves. So, think about how you have a conversation with yourself. And I'm talking about the inner narrative here, the thing that's going through your head. Let's just say you do something in a perfectly imperfect way, or you fail to meet some goal, or you fail to live up to somebody else's expectations of you. You might see this in your relationship. Maybe you don't meet your own standard that you demand for yourself. What's the conversation that you have with yourself? Now, I'm going to hazard a guess that you tend to kick your own arse. You go internal, your inner critic starts piping up and saying, see, I told you so. I told you weren't good enough. I told you were shit at this. I told you weren't smart enough, good looking enough, experienced enough, skilled enough to actually achieve this. She was right, he was right, you're wrong, you're an idiot, you're a clown, you're this, you're that, blah, 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 blah. And that's the way our inner critic tends to respond, right? If we allow it the space to run riot. And in my experience with a lot of men and a lot of women, the inner critic is running riot. And until you get this inner critic under control, you can't tap into higher levels of fulfillment, joy, peace of mind. You can't develop self-worth, self-esteem, and confidence in yourself because you've got this person. Now, I want you to think about it like this. Imagine there's somebody there who's just constantly putting you down. Now, the first time you get put down, you might be able to take it. But imagine someone's just constantly there, just putting you down, putting you down, putting you down, putting you down. What's going to happen when they keep putting you down? Well, you're going to feel pretty fucking shitty about yourself. You're going to have low confidence, low self-esteem. You're going to start to doubt yourself. That's going to make you feel sad. That's going to lead to you closing yourself off to other people through risk of not being hurt, because you associate that every time I do something, I get shot down. And this is what's really going on in your head. So one of the best practices I found, and this is something I now practice daily, is forgiveness of yourself. And just get that for a second. Forgiveness of yourself. I'm not asking you to forgive the world right now, although that is a fantastic step, because that's going to lead to a lot more connection in your life. But begin by forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself for not fulfilling your potential yet. And add the word yet on the end of it. Forgive yourself for being human and actually making mistakes. It's the human condition. We are flawed. Forgive yourself for not being the perfect husband or the perfect dad or the perfect man or the perfect friend or the perfect son. Forgive yourself, because here's the thing. Perfection doesn't exist. It's a myth. And you'll spend your life striving to be this version of perfect, which is ever evolving, ever changing as the media programs your mind, other people's expectations of how you should be, how you should do, all of conditioning. Forgive yourself and show yourself some compassion. Show yourself some love. And there's different ways you can do that. The first thing is when you notice your inner critic going, yeah, I told you so. I told you so. Stop and place a boundary. I refuse, and you can use this language, I refuse to allow this inner critic to run my life. And flip it. And just say to yourself, I'm only ever doing the best I can with what I've got. I'm only ever doing the best I can with what I've got. Because think about it. In every single moment we make choices. We make choices in our life every single day. When we wake up in the morning, what am I going to have for breakfast? What am I going to wear today? We make choices. Some choices are bigger than others, and the impact of those choices are bigger than others. But ultimately, in this moment, as you listen to me, you have a set of resources available to you. And those are the only resources, the only perspectives, the only tools, the only skills you have available to you right now. Right now, you have these skills available to you. And through this lens in which you see the world, with this skill set, with these perspectives, you are in a position to make a choice, a decision in your life. And that has to be the right decision, because you don't have all of this other perspective available to you. You might make the decision to actually delay making the decision, this big decision that you have, and collect more information so you can get a more rounded perspective in order to move forward. And that's fine too. But just know that every decision you make, whether it's to delay making the decision or not, or to make the decision and move forward, you're always making the best decision available to you. You're always making the right choice, because that right choice is based on the resources that you have available to you at a time. So one thing I'd encourage you to do is just start to notice where you kick your own arse, what types of situations, and start to cultivate forgiveness in your life. One of the things I do every day, you've seen me do one thing at least, and that is celebrate myself. Hand in front, reach up, pat on the back, smile on the face, and go, I freaking rock, boom! Every day, multiple times a day. But here's the other thing I do. I ask myself, what can I forgive myself for today? What can I forgive myself for today? And I cultivate this and condition myself to forgive myself every day. Because what happens when you don't forgive yourself every day, or quite often you don't forgive yourself, then all of this stuff builds up and provides evidence to prove to yourself that, see, I told you so, you're not good enough, you're not worthy of love, It's all your fault, and that leads to a downward spiral in terms of our joy and our happiness and fulfillment and aliveness in life. So cultivate, and even if you journal every day, just journal. What am I celebrating myself for today? What am I forgiving myself for today? 2 little prompts that I'll give you that you can take action on right now, you can apply to your life. And this, I promise you, will have a profound impact on how you feel about yourself. Give it a go. Let me know how it feels. Do it for a week, do it for 2 weeks, do it for a month if you have the mental resilience and toughness to follow through and create that consistency. And let me know how it goes. This is just little tools, little hacks that you can start to use to start to tap away and manage your mindset effectively in day-to-day life. So until next time, live on purpose, love deeply and fully, and laugh every single day, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.